Hello there, you are listening to The Screen Queen, where you'll be finding your favorite movie or your favorite television show and learning something new. You'll just have to listen to find out. Here is your host, Samantha Parrish. Okay, so I wasn't expecting to do an episode so soon than my planned one, but I wanted to give my thoughts about this. When it comes to remakes of famous projects, it can go both ways. It can be good or it can be bad. But The Mummy, that goes so many different directions. We have the untouchable Brendan Fraser Mummy, which I've heard is getting a fourth movie, which is, I think, the Mummy that people are more excited for, because I don't know how this Mummy is gonna go. But also, when you see someone put their name in front of a known title, there isn't gonna be as much as criticism to invite when you know the identity of it. Like, clearly, this is not gonna be a remake of the 1930s, and it's definitely not even gonna try to attempt to be a remake of The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, so this is someone else's pitch into the ring to see what they can do for a different take on the Mummy version, because there's always room to do something differently, and we've always invited that. But, that comes with risks. I don't see it as a bad thing, but I am very confusingly intrigued, I think is a good way to put it, about Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Now, when I saw that name pop up, I'm like, oh, Evil Dead Rise is coming back? In The Mummy? Okay. After seeing Evil Dead Rise, that was automatically a placement on my horror movie, timeless scares. So I know Lee Cronin is an exceptional guy. I mean, he did so much of a good service to the Evil Dead. But now he's remaking another famous story that it's a little bit different than making remakes to a story you can put things into. But since this is a story that is being remade, and no matter times it's being remade, it just doesn't stick or hit, unless your name is Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. So the plot we've gotten for Lee Cronin's The Mummy so far, it kind of feels like a plot you've heard before, but they're trying to be different with it. So it's the daughter of a journalist that disappears in the desert, and they haven't seen her for 8 years. And then out of nowhere, the father, the journalist, gets a phone call that his daughter's been found. Like, that's the phone call I've been waiting for. Oh, happy day. But no, it is all what it appears to be when young Katie returns, because they were told she was found in a sarcophagus. Like, yeah, nothing strange about that. A young girl disappearing into the desert and she's found a sarcophagus. Checks out. But there's just, it just kind of feels like another one in the pile, but maybe it won't. So here's the thing about seeing this title, because the fact that it's called Lee Cronin's The Mummy, there's already a personal creative liberty that this isn't going to be, oh, you're waiting for the main character from the 1930s Mummy, or you're waiting for the other Mummy, or you're waiting for Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. This is someone's separate take on this story. And, everyone can give it their shot. There's always a way to try something new. But I don't know about this one. I'd have to see it for myself on how they're going to deliver it, because it's literally a white girl in a sarcophagus. Sometimes when films start out with an American girl was found with a foreign ancient being curse, it's like, that's been done a million times, but the way that they made the trailer, it looks interesting enough to see why they went this route. So it already begs the question, why is there a white girl in a sarcophagus? How did she get there? That way it doesn't make it seem like it's, oh, we're just going to throw another American girl into this random curse that just happens to randomly find her. But they are making that work from the introduction, that this is a girl who's been missing for 8 years and has had, no leads, no follows, and out of the clear blue sky, oh, yeah, Katie's been found. It's a happy day. I mean, it's already like alluring into the beginning of the trailer when I first saw the actual official one. I didn't know it was Lee Cronin's The Mummy. I thought it was a car commercial until it finally said, "Oh, so we found your daughter," and I'm like, oh, it's The Mummy. And I feel like the trailer kind of goes your usual steek of, oh, all is not what it appears to be, but I still want to know, how does the family put it together that this is very much not the way they thought they were going to find their daughter? There's a way that you can kind of get around like curses or, you know, introducing it. There has been horror movies done before of some family that is the unlucky fuckers to find a curse. And if you can do it well, then it's amazing. But if it's not, then it's just not. In recent years, there has been more of an attempt to get back the movie monsters, you know, especially after where the Dark Universe failed with its own mummy. We had Frankenstein, which was so amazing, and that itself had a very different twist, a Guillermo twist, of course, but nonetheless, that became Guillermo's version. Just like how there was a recent Dracula, and that became that director's Dracula. This one might be this specific director's The Mummy. In a strange way to give a compliment, it's almost refreshing that The Mummy is now going to be given its own chance. It doesn't have to be part of the Dark Universe. It doesn't have to be part of another universe. It doesn't have to be oversaturated. It doesn't have to be action-adventure. It can finally exist as a different type of horror film that doesn't have to do lesser or more. It just has to do horror. But that is all that has been unwrapped for right now on Lee Cronin's The Mummy until it comes out on April 17th. But until then, thank you for tuning in to this very surprise episode of Trailer Time. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Please don't disappear into the desert. If not, then Lee Cronin's probably going to tell your story. This is your Screen Queen, signing off. Bye-bye!